whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be, I'm really glad that you're here. So today from today until Thursday, June 26th, I am doing an auction on these two suitcases full of yum, 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 yum. And how that's going to work is whichever one you're interested in, or if it's both, you're going to make a bid down in the comments. And of course, the highest bidder wins. There is a reserve on each. And if those are not met, then it will, of course, be taken back and there will be no winner. So just keep that in mind when you place your bid. And I hope you love them. I spent time curating these, and I made them into both of these into things that I would love to have if I didn't have them already. So definitely not giving away the whole cow, but I just wanted to include some pieces of things that meant a lot to me and that I thought were beautiful and put a smile on somebody's face. So I guess the one that we're going to start with, let's start with this one. This one will be the Applique Palooza suitcase. That's what we're going to call it. So if this is the one and only one that you bid on, you're going to write Applique Palooza and then your bid, okay? So y'all can see that, and both of these are suitcases, and y'all will see that in just a minute. But y'all see that the beauty starts on the outside. How beautiful is that? This, well, I'll get to that piece in a minute. So this is, this pearl bow is glued on to this sari silk. So I'm going to have to slide it off and then be careful when I slide it back on. So yeah, y'all would of course get that. And then we have this piece. This that y'all saw a second ago come from the bodice of a wedding dress. And as y'all see that there is a little bit of age to this. Y'all can see that well, I guess y'all can see, I don't know, but I see that the sequins are slightly getting an antique look. But it's not, I would not consider this to be too vintagey of a bodice. But those appliques are wow, 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 wow. Loaded with sequins and pearls, and not to mention just the flowers alone. And I did leave it attached to the backing and the ruffle here so that you could use that as well if you wanted to. I like to use those pieces, so I figured that's, one of y'all might like to use that as well. And then we do have this vintage, put on the wrong way. How pretty is that? I love it. This vintage little doily, I can't think of my words. Anyway, look how pretty. I love it. And I had several of these, so I thought, I would share one. And then here's the suitcase. Had I thought about it, and I do have more than one of these, and I might do it, but how cute would that be to take, your lunch into work? That would be adorable. I'll give y'all a moment. I do think that I will move just a little bit closer here. There we go. All right. Ooh, about to sneeze. False alarm. Okay. I'm just going to go through all this one by one. It's going to take a while. So we have this sequin butterfly. I don't know if y'all can see the sequins. But come on. Wow. That is so pretty. I love that. Am I even going to have time to go through both of the suitcases? I know, since I'm the one that packed it, there's so much here. I don't know if y'all can see the sequins in the middle of that. some of these, a lot of these come off wedding dresses, like the one I just showed and this one. And this one. Very antique-y looking. Got a little collar. Y'all know I am a, well, I don't know if y'all know, but I know I am a applique freak. I cannot have too many appliques. So I'm just sharing some duplicates that I have. Or if I've gotten all the use out of them, then I'm going to, and just tired of using the same ones, I will switch. It's a collar. I know what I would use these for. I don't use them as collars. I collect collars for different uses, and I just think they're beautiful. I love them. All right, this is some batches of lace, and I have taped on there exactly how much you're getting. So of this one, you'll be getting a yard. It's one. This one is almost 1.5 yards. I love that mesh. This one, also a yard. Here we go. I don't want to take it all the way apart, but to give y'all an idea of what it looks like. This one is 1.25 yards. And that is a vintage piece. This is 1 yard. This is 1 yard of sequins, pink sequins. And we have 1 yard of sequined flowers. I use these flowers a lot. I love them. And I have some that I've dyed pink and some that I've tea dyed, and they're so cute. And here's some of the ones that I dyed pink. There's some pink dyed little sequin flowers that you also, I think this one's a yard. Let me see. Yep, 1 yard. Okay. This I got for a very special project, and I'm now done with that project. So you get the whole shebang of 3.25 yard. I love the feel of that fiber. It reminds me of, it's a boho look. And what I used it for was a boho project that I was doing. Here's some black with some silver sequins. And here is some, ooh, come undone. I guess I'll have to put that back together. 1 yard of fringe. And 1 yard of, now I dyed this as well for those of y'all who have seen this before. This is coffee dyed pink fabric-y lace. I say fabric lace because it's like both. Makes excellent pockets and fronts of journals, which I've done both with that fabric. This, I love, love, love. It's a piece of fabric I cut off to share a piece. I love that. Pink and white roses. How'd you slip up underneath here, you piece of applique? You're supposed to be on top. I think we can all agree that you can't get enough burlap. I use so much. I'm sharing a piece with y'all. I have a lot, so I thought I would share some. And probably my all-time favorite French country look. I'm gonna give y'all this piece of toile. I love it. I love toile. It's one of my most favorite fabrics and patterns on the planet. Might be my most favorite. My very most. I don't know. But I love that toile. My big mama had toile wallpaper on the back of her, on one of her walls in the dining room. And to me, even as a really little girl, I remember just thinking, I didn't know the word for it then, but it was just so elegant, so elegant. So I also have fond memories of it from my grandma. This is some Laura Ashley print. Sharing some of that with y'all. It's quite a big piece. And no, the cuts are not perfectly square because me. That's I don't know how people do it. I don't. I try to get it as square as possible, but I'm just not a master of that. And this, I had to share a piece of this. I still have a huge piece, so no biggie, but this, ugh, I love this fabric. Y'all wait. Look at that. I got this online on Etsy to do a specific project, which I did do. And I love how the project come out. So this is actually quite a big piece of this silky fabric. It is not silk, but it feels and it looks silky. So couldn't imagine how much I'd paid for it or how much they'd been asking for it if it was genuine silk. All right, I will put this box back together after I'm done with the video. Let me slide those in. And then I'll have to rearrange the box once I get done with my other suitcase. Okay, let me pick that up off the floor. Yeah, I'm just so excited just at how the front of these suitcases alone look. I love it. I just love it. So lush and just, okay. Again, just slide this off. This one is going to be called Vintage Palooza, and you'll see why. Not everything in it is vintage, but there's a lot. So if you like that vintage look like I do, then this one might be for you. So if you want to bid on this, just this one, you would write Vintage Palooza and then write your bid next to that. And of course you get the sari silk with the beaded bow, the pearl bow. And then you get this piece of doily lace. I love it. This is one of my favorite pieces also because of this mesh here. And I know all of it's so pretty, but this, I love mesh, and this has a sequin in almost every single middle part of the mesh. So a lot of times I will even just cut that piece out and only use that piece. Even though I use this too, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but I do think that the mesh of that is my favorite. You get that piece. And then now this, a lot of the pieces, like I said, they are legitimately vintage antique pieces, and they're not perfect. They're not. I am totally okay with that. And if you are too, you know, if you're not, then this is not the suitcase for you. I love perfectly imperfect pieces, and this does have some staining in various places. And I believe we even have a little tear somewhere, I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I love this outer stitching. It looks like that craft that I'm trying to learn. I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, hand stitched, clearly hand stitched, embroidered. I love it. And this is the little tear. And y'all can see there is a little splatter. It looks like a little splattering of some stains on there. I don't know if it's from something or just where it's aging. I don't know. But I certainly am not going to wash this piece out of fear. Nope. All right, this is another piece of wedding dress. It's off the bodice of a wedding dress, like that. Again, I left it back if you wanted to use that. And this is just too much to kind of take in. Again, tons of mesh in the center of all the flowers, the pearls, the sequins, more flowers, more pearls, more sequins. And y'all can see that this piece is quite a bit older than that other piece. You can see the vintage look of all the sequins. They have fully vintaged themselves. I love it. I love it. So pretty. All right, this little suitcase does look different than the other suitcase. Here we have, oh, and I didn't have it shut. There we go. This little flowered suitcase. How cute is that? All right, so in this one, I do have bags full of goodies. This is a little bit different than the other one. This on the CD holder. I don't know if I want to empty all of this stuff in my hands or not. It's quite a bit. Roses, beads, butterflies, shells, flowers. Look, I love that bow. One of my favorites. Love it. Moon, more roses, more flowers, bow, more bows. You get the idea. And I thought, you know, I would put a pretty piece of washi to hold these, for one, so they don't stick really difficult, so you can get them easily open. You can reuse this and probably reuse the washi as well. So I have this pink and white. I'm gonna move this out of the way in case I spill. Okay, we've got some pink crystals, chandelier crystals, and some clear ones. These do have a little bit of weight on them. Where did you go? Okay. And I just love that bag. Bunch of, there we go. And this one we have a bunch of these sparkly prism pieces. Got some pink heart wings, pink little fishy, so cute. A white bow, pearl bow, heart, pink bow, a little teddy bear. I love that. A little candy, some more opaque heart with wings, more bows, more hearts, some little bead separators. Oh, I'm not gonna go through every piece. I think y'all could see in my hand what it was. I hope y'all can. I don't want the video to be, you know, 15 hours. I'm sure you don't want the video. You're probably thinking right now, get on with it, Marie. This is mostly a bunch of keys, but I do have this really large pen. It has, I don't know if y'all could see, that has gems, little gemstones in there. I love that's one of my favorite pieces of all time as well. I love this one too, but that one is, yes. That cameo in there with the gems. Love it. I didn't press this down very hard at first because I wanted to empty it out and you know, open it and show y'all before, and you know, not be used. Washi. Got a lollipop charm. I don't know if y'all love the sweets thing. I do the occasional journals and cupcake doilies and sweets, and I love using these. Got another key, some flowers, hearts, various colors. Look at sweet butterfly, more candy, bubblegum machine. And I think right now, is it Carrie Ann that has a really pretty candy pastry digital kit? I think it might be her. I know that Amy does. Amy Love. I'm almost certain that she has a patisserie sweets digital kit. Hope I'm remembering correctly. I'm not certain. Have these pieces. Some vintage doilies, a big piece of it. Let's put these over here. Some more doilies. Again, y'all, these are vintage, so you're going to find like they're imperfect. They are imperfect. And I love the imperfect perfectness. Got some smaller pieces. Love it. Y'all know I do a lot of stuff with doilies, so I have got the doilies. Another doily piece. Now, I did not measure this lace because there's not a whole lot of lace in here, but y'all can see it's a good size. Got this beautiful pink applique. I just love that. And one of my favorite doilies, because how sweet is that? I only clipped off a small piece for y'all because I just can't get rid of a whole lot. This is one of my favorite pieces, and I'm afraid that once it's gone, that I'll never find it again. It's a good size piece as well. This I have hanging on one of my shelves in my my craft room, like that, with stuff sitting on top of the shelf just to make the shelf look prettier. I thought I would share a piece of that. Vintage napkin. I love them. I use them all over my house. And then in different times of the year, I'll switch them out to different colors or different textures. The napkins and the doilies. This is so dainty and fragile, and I love it. I remember exactly where I bought this. I bought this from an antique shop in Hendersonville, North Carolina. For those of y'all that don't know where that at, it's like a suburb of Asheville. It's not far from Asheville. One of my favorite places ever. I love Hendersonville. I have a ton of these, and y'all will find these all over my house. Just, you know, just hanging off shelves and looking pretty. This one also has a little tear and a couple little tears in it, I believe. And I try to iron this for y'all as best as I could. Again, it just kind of scares me. But I love the little tiny stitching around this, and that is a good size. But yeah, around here, we've got this and that right there. But what I did when I had it on display is I would fold it like that. Because I had it on display till the other day when I made up this box and thought that I would share it. Okay, and I would have it displayed like that, like hanging off a shelf, and then have it folded over so that the tears would not be all of that visible. It just kind of blends in with the pattern of that. Of course, I don't know if that's what you'd want to do, but that's how I had it displayed. Love this fabric. Oh my goodness, I wish y'all could feel it. And it's so much of it. I love this fabric. Oh my goodness, I do. I do. And there's just so much here. This also come off a wedding dress. It come off of the bottom of a wedding dress. And again, I enjoy using the satin of a dress, so I did leave that attached. And then at the bottom we have all of these pearls and sequins. And a little bit of mesh. And yes, y'all have seen my border collie Chihuahua, Maisie. She has these long black hairs. And I'm telling y'all, they pop off of her at all times. At all times. So I'm always pulling them off pieces. And hopefully there won't be any on y'all's pieces, but I cannot promise that there won't be a piece or two. But if you absolutely are opposed to dogs, I'm just letting you know ahead of time. This is another gigantic piece that I'm not going to unfold it all the way because it's just that huge, but y'all can see it is absolutely huge. And pink cherry blossoms. I love it. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Absolutely huge. All right, y'all. That is all for these suitcases. I hope that y'all loved them. And if you want them, place a bid down below. And you know what? I'm trying to think. Let's not do that. I just thought of something. Well, no, that's fine. Just place a bid below. We'll do it that way. And remember, applique Palooza and vintage Palooza, and then place your bid. And the deadline for that is Thursday, June 26th. And I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and I will see y'all all later. Hopefully we'll talk soon. Bye.